Hello everyone, today we are going to be unboxing the Nitro Deck, this Super Nintendo limited edition variant. They have colors that they have limited runs of, they even worked with limited run games, to create rarity and stuff you can collect, a concept which I like and dislike. I like because it feels good to have something that's rare. I dislike because it promotes an element of collection that is unnecessary, but whatever. It's just a controller, so let's crack into it and let's see what we got. This is classic gray, as it says, and there are a couple things that this limited edition version has. This will have additional thumbstick toppers. They sell them individually. This will also have a case shipped with it, so we'll look at that here in just a second. It says limited edition on the box. I don't care. It's just a box, so that doesn't matter to me. We'll open this up, and I will be using, so here it says start here. It has a QR code. The other phone that I'm using, or the other camera rather that I'm using, is right there. You guys will be seeing this from an above cam, and that above cam and that hand cam and that top down cam is a phone, so I can't use that right now. We'll do this at the end. So let's take out the Nitro Deck. Is there anything in here? Oh, there is. There's a little strappy strap. So I presume it's inside of this case, which is fine. This case is reminiscent of, you know, a split pad case or, you know, Tom Talks cases. It's great, generic case. This is plastic, and the D-rings, quite literally the D-rings, are also plastic. So that is something that is interesting. You would expect metal, but whatever. That's nitpicking. And it's a hard case. Let's see this. Yeah, good handle, sturdy. But let's get into it. So we're gonna open up this right here. I will not use a strap ever because I'm not gonna carry this around like a purse. So we're actually gonna take this strap off. No pad, nothing. So I won't be using that. Cheap. And let's get into the actual device itself. This wasn't packed perfectly, but that's fine. So here is the cable that they ship. It is a branded cable. It says CRKD for cracked. It is a USB-A to USB-C cable. It does have a kind of a nylon outside cable to it. And the zip ties are generic, not Velcro, so you will not be using those again to tighten. It looks like the inside slot where they put this, yeah, it looks like this is more of an afterthought, this little pouch that is in the case. It doesn't look like it actually was there on purpose, which is interesting. We also have a game slot case that has 8 slots on one side, and the other is soft to protect your actual Nintendo Switch, which is smart. And this is the actual Nitro Deck itself. We have Welcome to the Cracked Family. This is this for help setting it up. We have a very, very robust multi-language thing here, which we don't need. And let's look at this. Remove before use. Okay, it feels interesting here. This is specifically designed for this. Okay, cool. It has little indents for the back buttons, because this does have indeed back buttons. Those feel good. We'll talk more about that in a second. I'm going to keep the cloth inside, and I'm going to keep these buttons out, these little thumbsticks, not buttons, out, so that we can take a look at those. What do we have here? We have the actual, let's take this off, because I'm not inserting this. Ooh, so a little bit of it. The adhesive is not coming off easily. Don't like that, so there is still adhesive on this. Yeah, that didn't work. Not a good sticker to put on. Be careful when you take off this sticker, guys, because the adhesive is still on there. There is a good amount. Okay, well, we'll have to handle that individually, and I'm not going to do that right now, but I will later. Let's feel that out. It feels good. It's sturdy. It's light, though. And, I mean, you would expect something like this to be light because it is going to be docking a Switch, and the Switch is heavy, and so we're going to go ahead and do that here in just a second. This isn't going to be a comprehensive deep dive. This is going to be a first impression and look at the feeling. So we have the actual device right here, and let's see, how easy is it to swap these out? Okay, they come off relatively easy, and it looks like they're actually, they just slide on. Okay, so we have concave and convex. I personally prefer the convex version, not the concave, so I like a little bit more of a bulb to it. And the buttons, they feel good, clicky. These triggers are a little mushy. These are, the end of it is definitely, you hit the end and you have a little bit more give, and then these are like really clicky, but I'm curious, how is this going to feel when I dock my Switch in it? And we have, gosh, I really don't like stickiness that came off with that sticker, but let's take the Switch out. If it's normal dock, let's take off the Joy-Cons and let's do it. Okay, the slide is easy enough. It has a click to it. Okay, and it's paired up. Man, that is really hefty. That is a hefty feeling. Wow. So hit that, but that's loud. So we're going to SNES. We're going to go over to Super Mario World. We're going to go here, and we're going to see how it feels, because we are indeed playing a Super Mario World game, Super Mario game. Okay, so D-pad. That's what I want to know. How's the D-pad play? Okay, that feels good. Let's go ahead and do all that we need to do. Man, this is, it's tough to say. This is really, it's bulky. It is very bulky. I love the way it looks, but man, oh man, is it bulky as heck. Now, the real question is, do I feel like this feels better to play a game like Super Mario or whatever? I'm not playing a game that's absurdly difficult and that requires any sort of dexterity. This is a Super Nintendo game nonetheless, but let's go ahead and finish this level, and we're going to go back and do the same level with a Joy-Con to get some sort of first impression conclusion on whether or not this device as a whole feels like it really earns its spot as a standalone controller that I'll be using here. And I don't know. I already wasn't the most impressed by it when I first saw it, but I wanted to give it a look because, okay, to eject, you press up and slide it out. Oh, that is. So by pressing this button up, it releases these hooks that you can see, and then you can slide the Switch out, but you have to actually pull the Switch out by putting your thumb on the screen, because it doesn't force it out and it doesn't have like an eject push. So let's go ahead and let's try this game out with the two Joy-Cons. Yeah, I mean, it does feel better than just Joy-Cons. It is more comfortable, but I will say that the feeling that you get by using a controller that has a beefy back does make it feel a little bit better, but the feel of a Switch as it stands now already feels really good. So it's tough to say that this actual form factor is needing of a permanent, because that's what it really is, permanent solution when it comes to playing video games. Because this right here can only be used when it is used with the Nintendo Switch in handheld mode, and the two USB-C ports on the back are simply there for power or outputting this with that cable and plugging this in to your Nintendo Switch dock and using this just like this as a blank looking, essentially, Wii U controller, a wide gripped controller, because this will function as a Pro controller by itself. Very interesting. Now, the moment of truth that we're all waiting for is how rare of a device is this right here. So I'm going to remove my overhead cam, and I'm going to open up the application right now to see how rare is my Nitro Deck. Press NFC. Let's see. Let's try it again. It says, please tap. Here we go. Reveal the rank and the product number. Okay, it wants access to my camera because it wants my reaction. It wants my microphone. Let's Let's do it. And in doing so, it has crashed the app. That is awesome. So here we go. Let's see. Reveal. Diamond rarity? Cool. What is diamond rarity? So I just looked it up, and diamond rarity is just rare, nothing special. So mine isn't super rare, it's just rare, and I don't care one bit. My initial impression of this is that it is a very, very unique and interesting product that is inevitably going to be overly produced. There are going to be so many clones that do the same thing for less money, and it's going to push this new all-in-one solution rather than split pads, and I'm still very, very on the fence about how I feel about it. We're gonna do some more deep diving on how this feels. I will be using this exclusively, whether I like it or not, for the next 3 to 7 days. If I just cannot stand the way it feels, then it's only going to be there for 3 days. But I am going to be using this exclusively this way. I will only be docking my Switch when I am using it on stream with you guys, which you guys come and see me on streams a couple times a week. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see those streams and hang out with us. Other than that, this is a unique piece of tech and a great idea. I'm just not sure if it is a good product. And so, with that being said, I have nothing negative to say. I am extremely apprehensive. But most of all,